Surrey BC is one of the fastest growing cities in Canada, attracting thousands of new residents every single year. It's a vibrant, diverse city with so much to offer, but like any place, it has its challenges. Today, we're going to dive into some of the key considerations you need to make if you're thinking about making the move to Surrey. We're going to explore the realities of living in Surrey, along with the positives that make the city a fantastic place to settle. First, let's talk about crime and safety. Yes, Surrey has faced challenges with property crime and occasional violence. However, the city is actively working on improving public safety, with increased community policing and neighborhood watch programs making a difference in many areas. It's also important to note that crime rates vary greatly by neighborhood. Areas like South Surrey, Cloverdale, and Fleetwood are known for being family-friendly and safe, offering peace of mind to residents. Whereas other parts of the city, such as certain parts of Whalley, Newton, and downtown Cloverdale, is going to be where the majority of that crime is condensed. So by doing your research and choosing the right neighborhood, you can really set yourself up for success. Whereas if you don't do this and potentially have some bad advice from someone who really doesn't know the city, you could wind up in a bad situation. And if you are thinking about making the move to Surrey but want to learn a little bit more about it, make sure that you pick the right neighborhood. My name's Alex Dunbar, and I am a local realtor based out of the Surrey and Langley areas, and I'd be more than happy to help you. So if you do have any questions, feel free to send me a text, or alternatively, and my suggestion would be to scroll down, click the first link in the description to book a Zoom call with me at a time that works best for you. But moving on to the next point is that you need to consider traffic and commuting. Surrey's rapid growth has led to more congestion, and particularly during rush hour. But here's the upside. This is causing the city to invest heavily in infrastructure improvements. The expansion of the SkyTrain line and major roadways is making commuting easier, and if you live in a well-connected area like the city center, you'll find public transit options more accessible. Many residents also enjoy the trade-off of shorter commutes within Surrey compared to traveling to and from Vancouver. When it comes to green spaces, Surrey offers quite a unique mix. While some of its parks are more developed and natural, they're incredibly well-maintained and provide excellent recreational opportunities. Places like Bear Creek Park and Green Timbers Urban Forest are local favorites for walking, cycling, and family picnics. Surrey's focus on sustainability means these green spaces continue to expand and improve, offering residents easy access to nature without leaving the city. And if you didn't already know, Surrey used to be known as the City of Parks for exactly this reason. There are so many parks across the city, which I've never seen another city protect more than Surrey. And as someone who previously worked for the City of Surrey myself, and my wife worked in the City of Surrey Parks Department, I've got some inside knowledge on that. Next up, we've got to touch on the housing costs. And the reality is that Surrey's housing costs are among some of the highest in BC and all of Canada, but they're still far more favorable than in Vancouver. In comparison, Surrey is about 25 to 35% cheaper than Vancouver across all property types, where you're going to see the largest discrepancy is detached homes and the smallest one typically in condos. And in terms of rents, it's going to be about the same, with Surrey being about 30% cheaper than Vancouver. The good news is that the variety of housing types, from modern high-rises to suburban family homes, means there's something for everyone. For first-time buyers, Surrey is often seen as a gateway to get into the real estate market, offering the chance to own property without the overwhelming cost of Vancouver. Another benefit to Surrey is the fact that there's a large number of townhomes, which is kind of this missing middle housing. In comparison, Vancouver really doesn't have as many townhomes or these sorts of properties that aren't quite detached, but are bigger than a condo and more affordable. And the other great part about Surrey is how big it is geographically and the fact that it's not all developed yet. Whereas in comparison, Vancouver is landlocked, it's surrounded by water, and there's only so much room for you to go out. And essentially at this point in time, they're just having to go up. So this is a huge benefit if you are looking to get into a family home and can't quite afford what you can in Vancouver, or you just want your money to go further for you. Now, touching on that last point, because of the size of Surrey, which is actually 2.5 times larger than Vancouver geographically, it means it can cause longer trips for amenities and services, but it also offers a quieter, more suburban lifestyle that appeals to many families and retirees. With its growing number of shopping centers, community hubs, and recreational facilities, the city is becoming more and more self-sufficient every single day. South Surrey's Morgan Crossing and City Centre's bustling urban core provide centralized options for shopping and entertainment, reducing the need for frequent trips across the city. The cultural and entertainment scene in Surrey is also growing rapidly. While it may not yet rival the vibrancy of Vancouver, Surrey offers a diverse array of events and activities. The annual Surrey Fusion Festival celebrates the city's rich cultural diversity, showcasing food, music, and traditions from across the world. Local theaters, galleries, and community events add to the cultural fabric, and with the city's commitment to supporting the arts, this scene is only going to expand. In terms of nightlife, if this is something that you're interested in, you're going to have a better experience by heading downtown, as Surrey really just doesn't have much of it going on. So the good news is Vancouver is just a short drive or SkyTrain ride away. It's about 40 minutes or so on the SkyTrain once you get to King George Station, or if you're driving, it could be a similar time period depending on the time of day you're going. In terms of getting home, typically the last SkyTrain ride is going to be around 1 or 1:30 dependent on your station. So if you're staying out later than that, you're going to have to figure out a ride home or a taxi or an Uber. Now, touching on public transit, it's already improving in Surrey significantly. The expansion of the SkyTrain line to Langley and new bus routes connecting more neighborhoods is making transit a more viable option for many. While some areas still rely heavily on cars, the city's investment in transit infrastructure is creating a more accessible future. Living close to transit hubs like King George or Surrey Central can make a huge difference in daily convenience. Lastly, let's talk about the weather. Surrey gets pretty mild winters, which many people love, but summers can get quite warm, with temperatures often exceeding 30 degrees Celsius. For those who enjoy sunny days, this can be a perk rather than a drawback. The warm weather also makes Surrey's outdoor spaces even more appealing, as it provides a perfect backdrop for summer barbecues, park visits, and trips to Crescent Beach. Do keep in mind, however, that Surrey is still located in Greater Vancouver, and Vancouver is known for rain. So while Surrey does get a little bit less rain than Vancouver, honestly, it's not much significantly. But as a whole, in comparison to the rest of Canada, you're going to have basically the best weather here in the lower mainland in comparison to elsewhere. So unless you're coming from somewhere like Florida or Mexico or something of that nature, then you're really not going to have too much to complain about. Because yes, it's wet, however, we don't get a ton of snow. So living in Surrey is all about finding a balance that works for you. While there's challenges like traffic and housing costs, the city's diversity, growth, and opportunities more than make up for that. With its family-friendly neighborhoods, cultural richness, and investment in infrastructure, Surrey is a city full of promise. Whether you're looking for a place to raise a family, start a career, or simply enjoy a more balanced lifestyle, Surrey has something for everyone. That's why it's so important to take the time, explore, and research to find out why so many people are choosing to call Surrey home. And if after watching this video, you are still considering making the move to Surrey, but you want to do a little bit more due diligence before you make your final decision, I'd be more than happy to help. You can scroll down and click the first link in the description to book a call with me at a time that works best for you, so we can go over all your options and see what could be potentially the best fit for you. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you can get all sorts of updates on the cities of Surrey, Langley, and the rest of the Fraser Valley, as well as check out all my previous videos on the city of Surrey. It's got everything you need to know. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.